Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Saturday edition of On the Field with Jarad and Jon. How's it going, Jon?
Not bad. How are you doing, Jarad?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Coach Young, it's been another week of...
Can finally take a break and breathe. I've got the next 2 weeks off from school, so a little bit of a recharge and enjoy the holiday season. And, I'm just happy to be able to try and get some more rest. You know, us teachers, we need it.
So this week we've had, so first, let's talk. Thank you to Ed Morse. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and check them out in the sponsorship listed ahead. We're going to start moving in a new direction here pretty soon. I guess we probably shouldn't talk about it just yet, but bigger and better things coming very, very soon.
We got some exciting stuff headed your way.
Actually,
we're going to get you guys involved a lot, so we're going to talk to you more about that in some separate times and separate shows.
Well, if you're interested in golf, let us know. Reach out to Cool FM, comment on this. We're talking about putting together an event that would go on 40 weeks out of the year, and we've already made some partnerships. So if you like golf, let us know, because we're going to be putting something on.
It's going to be exciting.
A pretty cool situation. So it's going to be Cool FM related, and we're going to bring on as many sponsors as possible. Anyway, moving on. No more.
No, you're good.
That's the one thing I'm saying.
There was a lot of basketball this week, Jon.
Yes. Oh, man.
A lot of high school basketball.
So right now there's a tournament going on, and it's at Benson. No?
Pima Community College.
That's right. Okay. And what's going on there? Who's playing in that one?
I believe Buena's in there. Douglas as well, because our other team covered Douglas last night, I believe, and the Buena game. Buena and Palo Verde were the later game. Buena came out on top victorious, had their hands full. Palo Verde came out and they have a pretty good team. And we just hunkered down where we needed to, made the right plays, and came out victorious. We're in a 5-game winning streak right now. Buena is, Jon, and much goes out to, Coach Baker and his staff to coach these guys up. And these guys, I told him, I was at an event with him last weekend, and I was like, Coach Baker, I said, I know now what I wanted to be doing, like similar things that you do on the court, because when I was keeping score for you against Marana, I couldn't have people talking to me because it's so fast. These guys just
fast
run.
breaks.
It's all transition basketball. They don't want to set up their plays. They just go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, so Buena...
Step on the freaking pedal and don't let up.
The Buena boys are really good this year.
Super quick.
Yes, and so actually that's kind of becoming a trademark of Cochise basketball, is that, like, right here, these are the girls...
Yellow Jackets, the Tombstone girls.
Yeah, and they're one of the top teams in the county right now, and these young ladies are all about fast breaks. They jump the passing lanes all the time, and grabbing every rebound. And, these aren't big girls either, so like they may not be as much in
transition right there.
Yep, and so that's the thing, is that this young lady scores 84%. Think about scoring 84%. All of these fast breaks, this girl is scoring on Thursby.
Oh, good.
There she goes again.
Good hustle.
She's got that knee brace. And again, she's not very tall, but highly skilled. But that's also what we're seeing in Cochise basketball. All of these fast break sports, we're seing, actually Bisbee does it too. The Bisbee boys. And they outrun
teams. You got the
teams.
dual threat.
Oh, dude.
Dual threat athlete, Mr. Sebastian Lopez,
and
playing basketball.
He's a Skywalker.
QB.
Yeah, he's a
QB on the field and forward, shooting forward in the basketball court. So, good things are happening right now. Oh. Exciting in our winter sports kickoff.
Will Cox, dude, did you know?
I haven't seen anything with him.
Will Cox is insane. Both the boys and the girls, and the boys soccer team, I want to say, is doing really well.
Well, that's why we're here, to give all these kids plenty of coverage.
Yeah.
Cochise County, We're loving what we're able to do here in Cool FM. And if you guys want to help out and get more involved and getting some more coverage in these rural communities like Benson and Wilcox, feel free to reach out.
Yeah,
to
we would love to cover
Cool
more.
FM. We want to get there and cover more and keep this Cochise County push. And if people are showing up, people are understanding what we're trying to do. For the first time, I mean, with our run in Buena for football, the way we had our big run this year through the state playoffs, John, we were doing so well with our coverage and our live streaming at Cool FM that they allowed us to cover the state playoffs.
Yeah.
No, but usually that's only a thing that they usually contract with, and they're like, no, you guys have amazing numbers.
Yeah.
Way you're getting outreach to your families all over. We're going to let you cover.
Speaking of that, go on YouTube.
Yeah, and we also have all of our stuff on YouTube. Feel free to check out our Cool FM Live Sports. That's what it's called, Cool FM Live Sports, and subscribe. Make that page take off. We really want to get things rolling. We want to be able to go from that page eventually, and go live from YouTube and give you guys a lot better coverage of all these games and setting it up and having a score. You can a tracker on the bottom to keep up with. We want to be able to offer anything we can to help our viewers.
So the biggest upset of the week. Douglas was the number 60 in the United States overall team, girls 10-0 soccer. And Buena came out and beat them 1-0. No, 1-0. Yeah, this is holy smokes. Yeah.
Coach Nacho.
Dude,
doing
Buena
big
girls.
things, Coach Ortega. You keep it up, buddy.
That's a team that's taking on the number 2 team in the state, and those girls beat them.
I believe this is his first year.
Yeah, and the boys are really good too. And the Buena boys beat the Douglas boys, who are also incredible in soccer. Like those, man, Douglas and Wilcox have this. There must be something in the water on that side over there because those kids are big and they play really well. I think I covered Valley Union versus Tombstone, and those girls were, they had 1 or 2 athletes. Then, it's a total of 69 kids.
That's a very small school.
So there's like 2 or 3 kids, but 3 real athletes out of 69 is an incredible. I mean, they probably more like 10 or 15, but hats off to those kids on the east side of the county, man. Like a bunch of little monsters. I love seeing them. So, is there anything else we want to cover in high school? Is there anything going on with wrestling?
Wrestling's just going to be practicing over the break.
We're
gonna try and go live later this week in at the practice facility, and I'll see if John can join me.
Oh yeah.
And we'll go in there right on the mat with Jon and Jarad, and we'll talk to some wrestlers live right there. Maybe talk to Coach Williams and the other staff there and talk about the second half of the nuts and bolts of the season coming up, because after break it's just nothing but tournament duels. It goes in that order.
I want to say everything picks back up on there's one thing on January 5th, but then it's January 9th. Everything.
We're going to be covering 10th. We'll be at Benson. I'll go ahead and call this one on you. We're going to be at Benson for the medal rounds for the Benson Invitational.
Sweet.
So we're going to have a great turnout with our Buena wrestlers at that, and hopefully be girls.
And it's local.
Might be able to have two videos going at once, one for the girls and one for the boys.
And we're huge
medal
fans
rounds.
of both the girls and the boys. We keep videoing. We videoed Kelty because she is nationally, she's one of the very best kids in the United States, but also because she's a family friend and neighbor of mine. So, but we cover as many of those, the boys and the girls, as much as possible. But
Might
far,
be seeing her qualify for the Olympics in 28.
Dude, we're talking about it, and one of our best videos was of that match where it was the other girl. It was.
I just talked to her mom because her mom has her excuse me, her siblings at Lehman where I teach. So
I know.
Is the building taking
vibration.
off, John?
We're hoping so.
What
I
is
think
going on here?
the kids over at Little Caesars are really getting into cleaning all the crevices.
Never mind. There's a big
There's that truck that went by.
giant bass truck coming by here with a lot of sound coming out of it. Anyway, sorry about that.
I'll
Squirrel.
make something up, squirrel.
But yeah, the wrestling program for Buena right now really taking off. Tombstone, I haven't seen too much of them, but we're going to see one of our Buena kids on the mat for the first time after his transfer from Tombstone, Brock Santa Maria. Now, you want to talk about a decorated young man already in 2 years as a freshman and sophomore at Tombstone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he had a 44-6 record last year.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had 50 matches.
Wow.
He finished third, I believe, in the state.
And you know, we love our Tombstone
runner-up,
athletes.
maybe.
We love the
So he's with us now.
Jacob. Well, now he's at Buena, but like we've covered a lot of. Yeah, Jacob. I mean, and if you've got any athletes that you want on the show, if you've got a wrestler or a football player, or a basketball player, or soccer player, whatever's going on, let us know. You know, put it in the comments. We'll reach out to them. So we'd be happy to cover as much as possible that you want to see. So let us know. Okay, so anything else with high school stuff?
Not really. I mean, we're just, getting into that holiday season. Not much going on. Everybody's going to take a break, enjoy festivities and holiday attractions and all that stuff.
April says hi. Thank you,
Oh,
April.
right on, April.
Speaking of wrestling.
Always good to hear from the Krause family.
Yep, good people.
Yeah, and then there's another big, huge thing going on. Todd posted it earlier today. We got a 6-game winning streak down the road at the new school, ALA.
Yep,
Sierra Vista is on a 6-game winning streak with the nation's, not publicly, nation's leading scorer, C.J. Williams.
He's an animal. The thing is, he's a point guard. He's an incredible scorer, though. But it's almost like he doesn't. You see him passing a lot now, and now that they've got
girls just cook.
I'm telling you that they've
fly.
got two or three girls.
They get a steal and they just sprint. I love it.
Got like a girl named Brooklyn.
They're supposed to do what they're supposed to do with transition.
Yeah, it's
great stuff.
Thursby, I'm telling you, 83% scoring percentage. That's better. I mean, people struggle to shoot that in their free throws. She's a monster.
That's very true.
Anyway, so I mean, if I can hit 50%, I'd be super happy.
True.
Okay,
let's talk about
college.
Last night.
Dude, Notre Dame versus Indiana.
Smash mouth football.
Notre Dame brought the hammer. They did not even let up. Went up 14-0, and then that was the first time Indiana
Jeremiah
scored.
Love.
Love had a 98-yard touchdown run. Oh my gosh! And it was like a shotgun formation handoff. Goes a little bit inside, then bellies it out, and just takes off. And it looked like he was going to get caught at the end.
That's all she wrote.
But he made it, man. It was pretty cool. So Indiana got a beat down. It was unfortunate, but it was it kind of let you know how good Notre Dame really, really is. Like they're both 11-1 teams before this, going into this, and Notre Dame ranked number 5. Oh, is that number 5 or is that no, not number 5?
I think they were 7-10.
7. No. Yeah, 7 versus 10 or 11. Anyway, yeah, awesome football. Well, not awesome. I mean, I guess
Indiana, they didn't do much until the last 2.5 minutes of the game. Like here, where are the Hoosiers at this whole game? And all of a sudden, boom, they get their passing game going. That's where they're dangerous.
Yeah.
And everybody's got to be ready for that next year in the Big Ten.
Dude, that was so disappointing that they just couldn't get any passing attack going.
Rourke has got a heck of an arm. He does well. He reads the field better than anybody I've seen in the Big Ten. So watch out for Indiana. This coach has got some big plans.
Yeah.
For next year in the Big Ten, he's going to shake some things up, and I love this whole 12-team playoff. It's
fun.
It's it's wide open.
Dude,
Nobody
this is
has any chance.
You and I are old enough to know that how awful it used to be. You know, we know that you used to get votes to get a national championship. It was the most garbage system. But dude, it was corrupt. That's what I say, dude, that you could have coaches all voting, then AP voting, then they kind of just aggregate it. They're like, oh, we're going to take 70% of the coaches, and it was the most ridiculous way, and it just didn't feel right. I haven't liked college sports in a long time, and now college football has made it to, like, even the playoffs that they used to have for the last 10, 15 years has been just so, it wasn't really playoffs. This is real playoffs.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's so much fun to. So, coming up, so right now, there's a game. Oh, okay, we're not putting that. But Penn State versus SMU.
Yeah.
Dude, so that's the first round.
Going to be very cold.
Dude, in Penn State, it looks frozen over there. Who do you got?
I hate to say it. You know, the balance of the run and pass that Penn State has, and their dominant defense right now is going to pull them through. I don't see SMU getting a passing game started unless, I mean, they run that ball well with the quarterback that's there right now.
Right.
I think it's Jennings. They were talking about him in the college game day, but you know, I see. You know, you don't know what happens in these games. That's why you let it all hang out for the playoffs. But you know, they're going to have to start fast if they want to do anything with Penn State. So you get out in front of them, it's hard for them to score.
Yeah,
and they get shook up. So, but they have a tight end.
I don't trust Penn State.
Pretty good.
But versus SMU, I would take Penn State, and this is so hard for me to say. I want SMU to win, but I'm taking Penn State in this one.
There you
go. Texas Clemson.
You know, Dabo's got a good streak going. He got a good little second half of the season at Clemson, but he's not quite ready to step in with the big dogs with Sarkisian and those guys. Sarkisian's got something special going on in Austin.
I agree.
And I am really excited to see him. I'm just excited because of where he's come from and where he was as a person, you know. And you know, people look at the limelight and look at the big glitz and glamour of what college football is. And that guy had a heck of a ugly not past, but just behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about,
sure.
John. And so, you know, seeing Steve come out of this and going underneath.
He was a Washington guy, and he was
underneath the great one, Saban, for 3 years.
Yep.
And then he branches off and goes and starts his program.
Yeah, I think he's going to go down in history as one of the, you know, maybe not Mac Brown, but right up there with him.
It's hard to match up with Mac.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the years he had with Vince Young.
Exactly, dude.
McCoy.
Oh my gosh, Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I could list off a million players from those teams. That's amazing.
The receiver for Vince Young, I can't remember his name, but he was a big guy.
Was it Charles Rogers? No.
Huge guy, huge kid. Anyway, but Texas, I say is gonna just pulverize.
Well, I kind of want to see. I want to see Arch Manning. They're talking about playing him. They're like talking about starting him.
Yeah, because Quinn's going to the draft.
So. Yeah, so
they're probably going to try and save him a little bit.
I'm taking Texas. I'm almost like looking back at SMU and wanting to take SMU. That's the closest game out. No, I guess, okay, well, the next one up, I'm taking Texas. Ohio State versus Tennessee.
This is my upset of the day. I'm sorry.
Upset?
I'm sorry to all you OSU fans out there.
You're taking Tennessee.
I am going with the SEC. I like Josh Heupel. I like his offense. I like his demeanor. I like he shows up for huge games.
Right. Well, it's coach versus coach. I take Heupel over Day.
Sorry, I'm just.
No, I get you. I think that's a good coach.
There's better athletes on that team, and I think they're ready to break out.
Really? You think they got better athletes than Ohio State?
SEC.
I know, but Tennessee, man. Like if I mean, I'd say maybe Alabama or.
Who's not in the college football playoff right now, John?
Yeah, you can have a team
Okay,
that's stacked
enough said.
that never.
Enough said.
There's stacked teams out there that never. Actually, the most stacked teams are always, not always, but a lot of times the worst, like Florida State or you see those teams that fail big time. They always have a ton of athletes that were supposed to be big names, and they go out and they just don't know how to. You have to play with a Saban if you're a big name, because it takes a big head like Saban to kind of get those guys to do what they got to do.
I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going with Tennessee. Go Vols.
No, actually, you kind of sold me on that. So Ohio State's projected by 7.
Huh. That's funny.
Gosh, and it's in Ohio State. No, I'm taking Ohio State. You're crazy.
That's fine. They do have good DBs.
They do. We'll see. And then, so we got the Hawaii Bowl, we got the Sports Bowl, the Toledo versus Pittsburgh.
Who's in the Hawaii Bowl?
South Florida versus San Jose State.
Oh, Coach Brennan from U of A, his former team.
Yep. Dude, if you gamble on bowl games, you're a degenerate, number one. Number two, I love you, though. Not all my friends. I'm not a gambler, but my friends kind of had issues. So I always knew guys that kind of lost all their money and their paychecks to gambling. And they would bet on bowl games, and that's where they would make all their money. They'd always bet on Boise State. That's the other trick to it. Always bet the over on Boise State, or at least pick them in the bowl game. That was the trick that I'd heard. That's not my trick. Okay, so do you want to go down any more of those bowl games? Because we've got the Rutgers versus Kansas State in the Rate Bowl. No, that's like. Yeah, it is. Okay, no, that is today.
A lot of bowl games today.
Yeah, there's a bunch of the minor ones. Next Friday, Navy versus Oklahoma. Vanderbilt versus Georgia Tech. What? Dude, so really when the games start is later in the week on Friday. Tune in on Friday for all the best college bowl games, because, dude, if you're not watching the BCS, the championship series, the playoffs, I mean, man, these are the good games. Syracuse versus Washington State. They think Syracuse is going to beat them by 15. There's no way. Texas A&M versus USC in the Holiday Bowl. Go down the list. There's just game after game. Miami versus Iowa State. Oh, my gosh. BYU versus Colorado. Oh, dude, I'm watching that one. The Alamo Bowl. Holy shoot. That's not until later, though. Yeah, that's not until Friday. Yeah, no, that's next Tuesday. Yeah. But, yeah, we'll actually cover that next week, and we'll cover more of those. Okay, so what we should do is move on to the NFL real quick. Excuse me.
How about my 4 in a row? Team that plays Sunday night tomorrow.
So
against the Cowgirls. Oh, sorry, Cowboys.
What do you think of? Tell me, break that down for me, because what is it about the Buccaneers right now that is making them stand ahead of everybody? They're breaking off games at the last second here.
So our secondary's healthy again, somewhat.
Good.
Jamel Dean is back, and he's a big hitter. So if you get him hitting,
that guy should play linebacker.
Guys and McCollum, those guys are solid. But Mike Evans, holy cow! You got the legend in the receiving corps. He's going to have his 11th. He's on pace for his 11th 1,000-yard season.
Oh, dude. Well, he's a Hall of Famer.
He's going to Hall of Fame. He's going to stay with us. He'll probably end up with a long-term deal
to
finish.
He could honestly play for another 3 years, I think.
Yeah. But our balance of run and pass is huge right now. Bucky Irvin, he's gotten through some dings, got a little back issue, but
you've got 3 running backs though.
You got him. You got the beast out of ASU, Rashad White. Holy cow, he's 240, 6'3". Yeah. It's why are you not playing tight end yet, Rashad?
Yeah, Bucky Irvin's averaging 5 yards per carry.
Can catch. So I would if I'm an offensive coordinator in the offseason, I'm sitting down Rashad White and say, hey, we have K. Otten. We're throwing to him because he's always open. He's running good routes. You can run good routes. Let's get a double tight end attack.
Oh, you're talking my language.
The Hernandez.
Gronk era. Yeah. where you
know
got
what I mean?
you got an H back,
like you,
H back and tight end. Dude,
Old school's
dude,
all the way.
Mike Evans could play tight end. That's what I like about those big wide receivers. Like they got the huge catch radius. Like you could take that tight end from Atlanta and move him to the outside if they wanted, because that guy's so big and fast. I can never remember his name, but what we're looking at is Cooper Rush versus Baker Mayfield. Cooper Rush actually 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, pretty good.
Where's Baker at?
He's at 32-14. He's going to the Pro Bowl. He's got a 104 rating, whereas Cooper Rush is at 84.
See, the other thing is Cooper's settling into. Baker is settling into our offense.
Dude,
that new coach that he brought in, that he probably requested to Todd Bowles and said, "Hey, if you're gonna bring me into this,
you're gonna hate me for this.
You're gonna say, I want this guy from L.A." And he was the one I was gelling with the most. But the Rams, we bring him in from the Rams, and that's why they're so good. What am I gonna hate you about?
I'm taking the Cowboys in this one. It's
Why?
At home. It's at Dallas.
I
think
they haven't won much there this year.
No, they haven't. No, but I'm looking at that and I'm thinking if there is an upset special, I might be taking Cooper Rush and CeeDee Lamb. I mean, if Cooper Rush can put himself together, I mean, he might be able to pull something crazy off. And I love doing upset specials. It's not necessarily based on. It's not because I hate them. It's because I just got a feeling every once in a while. That's why I've been picking Pittsburgh all year long. I'm like, dude, they had 2 games at the beginning of the season that were stinkers, but like after that, they pulled it together. Russell Wilson's looked great all season. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, let's go to Pittsburgh versus
the Bucks will win. Don't listen to his picks.
I hope they do. Honestly, I hope they do. I'm rooting for them.
You might have to go live when that game's on tomorrow.
Just to yell at me. Ravens versus Steelers. It's at Baltimore.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. Pittsburgh is a road maniac.
They're tearing it up right now. I know Holmgren. Tomlin is just going to be ready to get things going. He was
absolutely.
He was mad about last week with that. There was some controversy with some calls, so he's going to be getting those guys ready to go.
You know, Russell, they got 2 quarterbacks. They're going to be fine no matter what. If one of them goes down, Russell Wilson's played beautiful football. I tell you, man, like last year I told everybody, I was like, I still think he's got it. And then he had an awful year with Denver, but and I was like, this year I was like, I still think he's got it. And turns out he does have it, and so does Joe Flacco, and so does like all those old guys that can like maintain their body.
Oh, Grandpa Joe.
Yeah, and Russell Wilson's got a lot more in the tank.
Oh yeah.
So I'm taking Pittsburgh,
Me too.
but Baltimore is projected by 7.
Okay.
Yeah, they always do crazy stuff. Minnesota versus Seattle.
Vikings.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Seattle at home.
Geno is not well.
You're going with the.
Geno is not well in a lot of ways.
Dude,
I think it's his head that's getting in the way now. So
no, I mean it might be, but I think Geno's still.
Did you watch the Sunday night football game?
No, I think that was his worst game of the season, though. Like that, if that's your worst game of the season, I think you go out and the next time you go out against a good team, you put up 35 points or something like that. I think Seattle's got it, and I don't believe in. I believe in McDonald.
How do they win?
Defense. I think they shut out Darnold.
Williams is playing very good right now on that defensive front.
Dude, Seattle's
huge. And then you got the new guy.
Well,
I call him Mr. Wine.
Who?
Chardonnay.
The running back. Yeah.
Charbonnet. He's good stuff.
And they got Walker the third. And they got DK.
They got too many weapons in Minnesota. I'm sorry.
Too many weapons. You're talking about Seattle, who has 3 wide receivers and 2 running backs.
You got Jefferson.
You got 1 good weapon.
No. You got the other guy, number 3.
The guy's so famous that we can't remember his name.
Well,
Good one.
I'll get him pulled up. I'll pull him up for you.
I can probably find him too, but then we can't remember.
Go ahead and go to
I
the
thought
stats.
Justin Jefferson was number
Go to the stats
3.
in that game. Go to the other receiver.
Justin Jefferson, shoot, all receivers. Okay, let's see. Addison.
There you
He
go.
is
That's
pretty
it.
good.
That's
Addison
him.
is pretty good. So is Hawkinson. Hawkinson was a beast. Yeah, so you are correct. But we're talking about Seattle, who has Smith and Jigba, Lockett, and Metcalf. That's a pretty good trio.
I don't know. I'm sticking with the Vikings.
Okay, I'm taking Seattle. I mean, I can go super in depth, but
You know what we need to do is we need to tally up our
I know,
season so
dude.
far with our stats.
Dude, I had a perfect
many?
week, and I nearly had 2 perfect
One
weeks
time.
in a row. Nearly 2 peaks. Oh, I'm gonna yell. Okay,
Stuff's gonna start flying in the office, guys. So be
dude,
careful.
there's a game that's gonna go on today. If you're a pro football fan, the Chiefs are playing today versus the Texans. And we're talking C.J. Stroud versus Patrick Mahomes.
Young versus young.
Yeah, dude.
I like. Is this in Houston? Or
It's in
Arrowhead?
Arrowhead.
Ugh.
I know,
Little
dude.
cold.
That's the hardest place.
Might be a
It's
little
cold and
cold.
loud.
Yeah. I don't know. Houston's got a good balance. They've been making some mistakes the late in games when they don't need to. So if they
Vegas,
play good and they play clean a game, they're going to be unstoppable.
I know, but yeah, so that's a good point.
So
Like,
I'm
look,
going to go
they
against
got-
the Chiefs
they
because
got-
John's a Chiefs fan. But,
He's
you know,
taking the Buccaneers thing
I'll take the
personal.
Texans.
They got Nico Collins, man. He's back.
True.
They got
He's
Joe
good.
Mixon.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of weapons.
Yeah, they got. Is that the team with the Tank Dell? The mini tank. He's like, I mean, about the opposite of a tank. I mean, he's at least durable for a 160-pound wide receiver running back. But like, yeah, like that guy, they pick him up and they throw him out of the field. Anyway, so my thing is, C.J. Stroud versus Mahomes. I'm taking Mahomes every day.
Hey,
It's a
look,
home
everybody,
game.
who am I?
You know, even
Every fourth quarter.
even if
Last 3 weeks.
even if it isn't Mahomes, I still take that. I still
Sorry.
take him. I would take Wentz. I honestly kind of want to see Wentz.
I'd like
play.
to see Carson play some ball.
Oh, you
I
realize?
mean, you guys already clinched the division. You're already in the playoffs.
I know. Might as well
Let him rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Let Mahomes rest and get him solid.
And let
Playoffs
Pacheco
are right around the corner.
I mean, Pacheco isn't
Let Pacheco run. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like an offensive coordinator. Good job.
Yeah, dude, I am. That's
You'll get there
my
someday.
brain. Maybe someday. And they're going to be missing Al Shazier. He's suspended. Stephon Diggs is out. But I'm still taking
Diggs
the
is
Chiefs.
hurt, right?
Yeah, he's out for the season. Injured reserve. Well, it didn't say a season, but it did say injured reserve. Yep. So I'm taking the Chiefs. So let's run this down. So Chiefs for me.
Both
Steelers, Seahawks. So we're differing on everything except for that game so far. So now Browns versus Bengals. Bengals at home. I'm definitely taking the Bengals.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Yeah, Burrow is looking good. Browns still can't figure out who their quarterback is. Giants versus Falcons.
Lots of controversy in Atlanta right now.
Dude, I'm gonna take Atlanta, dude.
Yeah, Atlanta wins, but they're talking about letting Kirk go before the season.
No.
I saw it on Bleacher Report this
Wow,
morning.
Bleacher Report is kind of like.
They are skeptical. They have
a lot of
wild
rumors.
Stories.
But that is kind of cool. Penix only has 5 attempts on the season, and he's going to be going against Drew Lock. Oh my gosh, it's going to Bijan Robinson, Drake London, going against Malik Neighbors. So still good players on that Giants team, but it's in Atlanta. I'm taking Atlanta in this one.
Okay.
Lions versus Bears. In Chicago.
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
Yeah, Lions, no question. Tennessee versus the Colts. Titans versus Colts.
Colts. Tennessee's
Yeah,
struggling.
who's the quarterback? They said they were going to bench Levis.
I don't know.
I'm taking the Colts too.
Is it DeVito? Did he transfer from the
Mike
Giants?
DeVito?
No, I'm just kidding.
That'd
He
be
does not.
hilarious.
But DeVito is healthy.
Well, I mean, I'll take the Colts right alongside. Arizona Cardinals versus Panthers.
I'm going with Zona. Zona is
Cardinals,
fired
yes.
up right now.
Oh, dude, they might take the playoff.
Unfortunately, they have a horrible stat that they need to fix.
What's that?
They have a tight end that has now 88 catches for the season,
I love it.
or 88 catches without a touchdown. McBride.
Dude, did you?
He doesn't have a touchdown yet.
I believe you, and I think that sucks. But there was a season where the Kansas City Chiefs didn't complete a single touchdown pass to a wide receiver all season long. Can you imagine
Was that
doing
when
that?
Joe Montana?
No, it was it was after that. It was when they were having. Oh, who was the quarterback?
Andy?
No, I want to say it was like Trent Green.
Oh yeah.
He was pretty good, but they had Dwayne Bowe, and he had something like 100 receptions, no touchdowns on the season.
Willie Rofe and all them big boys.
Dude, they had pretty good teams. People say, I don't know. I could go into the history.
That's when the quarterbacks had to go take their old line out for dinner for $8,000 dinners.
Those dudes would walk around with shattered teeth. Those quarterbacks were taking so many hits. Back in the early 2000s, the late 90s, I mean, throughout history up until recently, quarterbacks, we used to get murdered. There was one time where Joe Montana, where he broke his back against the Giants. God, that was awful.
Remember when Marshall blew his elbow out as he was throwing?
Yeah, that's right.
He was throwing. It was against the Giants, 49ers, and he was throwing, and
Montana.
He collapsed his.
Yeah.
Put all his pressure on his forearm as he was trying to swat, and it just blew out all the ligaments in his elbow all at once.
Wow.
He has this big.
Who was that?
Joe Montana.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. As he was throwing, he collapsed it down and put all the pressure so much to where every single UCL, everything, all popped.
Ugh.
Yeah, he walked.
And
he walked off the field and his arm was just flopping.
That was when he was with the Niners, and and then after that they had Steve Young, who went on to win a Super Bowl. Blah blah blah.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. We love him. Cool. So we're both taking Arizona. Eagles versus Commanders. I'm taking the Eagles in that one.
I'll go the opposite.
Really?
Yep. Washington is hot.
And they're at home.
Washington's home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I hope so.
They're good. They got a good little tandem going with that receiver. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but.
Oh,
Terrence McLaurin, something like that. Yeah. They got a good little thing going.
Terry, yeah.
They're doing well. Johnson's running the ball hard, so, and Jaden Daniels is just Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
He's having a Rookie of the Year season.
Jets versus Rams.
L.A. or
L.A.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. In New York. I'm sorry.
Still, I'm on the bandwagon of the Rams right now because of Cooper Rush and Puka Nacua.
Yeah,
those guys are flying
Jets
around.
keep burning me. I'm gonna take the Rams there too.
Yeah.
Just because but the Aaron Rodgers, he's still healthy.
I'm tired of him.
I know, but if he's healthy,
him, folks.
If he's healthy,
let him ride into the sunset. It's time to go, big guy.
Man, I'm okay with him playing in the NFL.
Just go hang out on the Pat McAfee show like you want to.
Bills versus Patriots. Bills at home. 14-point spread.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Coach Keogh. Sorry, Coach Keogh, but Bills.
Bills.
Going to win by probably 28-21.
Vegas versus Jacksonville. Now, this might be this is one of the tighter games. This is hard to project, though.
In Jacksonville?
In Las Vegas. It might as well be a home game, though. Everybody travels to Las Vegas. That's the thing. No, Raiders will never have a home advantage. That's the most brutal thing. Everybody wants to travel to Vegas, and it's cheap travel. It's the best case scenario for pro football.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
Okay.
Well, no. Las Vegas got the edge on the offensive side a little bit.
Well, and you got to start looking at the coaches after a certain amount of time. I do like Pierce, And who's the coach in Jacksonville? I thought they fired the dude. Is it Peterson right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then, well, I like Peterson more than I like. Okay, then I'll take Jacksonville. Good. Help me work that one out. I appreciate that. Okay, Niners versus Dolphins in Miami. Dude, Las Vegas has it as 1 point. They don't know. It's even almost.
If you didn't see what I showed you last night.
Purdy's playing, man.
I showed you last night what he did for his offensive line. So I think they're going to come out and
start swinging.
They're going to play hard for him because he just bought his offensive line brand new trucks.
Yeah.
For Christmas. He bought them all either a Sequoia. It was your choice of a Toyota Sequoia or a Toyota Tundra with 49er embossed leather seats.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was beautiful.
They're like red leather.
It's
got like a Niner.
Even the backups, even the second stringers got a car. He had 10 cars lined up in the parking lot. He said, "Choose yours, go home, enjoy. Merry Christmas.
Go home."
I'm like, wow.
Choose yours, go home.
Now you better return, do what you're supposed to on the field for that kind of.
Oh yeah.
Not favor, but not a gift like that. That's pretty amazing,
dude.
And that shows that he cares.
Oh yeah.
A lot about his teammates. It's good stuff. So.
What are they gonna do with all of their injuries, though?
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
I'm taking Miami. So my comparison, did I tell you who my comparison for Tua Tagovailoa is? One of my all-time favorite players ever, Mark Brunell.
Yes.
They're lefties. They're both lefties. They're both super smart. And they both seem to be getting concussed on a little bit too little. They're off, and he got popped in that. That was the reason why he left the NFL. That's the reason why he did so well, was because he was behind Boselli for all those, like the first 7 seasons. And as soon as Boselli started going down with those injuries, man, Brunell would take this hit. He reversed his knee, put his leg on backwards, and healed up the next day. Oh, that was a cool story where he said he wasn't going to get any MRIs. He was going to pray about it. And they were like, oh, nothing's going to happen. Your leg folded backwards. There's no way you're going to be able to play. And he kept praying, and turns out, he got the MRI 4 days later, and his knee was in perfect condition. Just swelling.
Man.
I mean, his leg went backwards.
I know, hyperextended.
Dude.
It was ugly. I remember seeing that.
That was a. So we already talked about Buccaneers, Saints versus Packers in Green Bay.
Hello?
Yeah, Green Bay.
Sorry.
That's a 14-point spread.
That should be
Don't
more.
bet on that
should
one.
Be more.
Yeah, well, Saints might be able. We don't know.
Saints cannot score. They put up 7 in the last game.
If it turns into a running game, Kamara's out
Kamara's
too.
hurt.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
He's not 100%.
We have to work through these things. Yeah, Green Bay.
That's why we're here.
And then the Chargers beat the Broncos. I believe I picked the Chargers last week.
I went with Denver.
Yeah, Herbert is just he's the real deal. Okay, and then the Wednesday games for this.
Coming up Christmas Day.
Yeah, so that's, oh my gosh, Chiefs playing 3 games in 11 days. Okay, I mean, if they don't have the hardest schedule, whatever. At a certain point, you just have to try and make it hard. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm sure they're gonna put that on. What is it on Amazon? I think it's on Amazon. Okay, I'm taking.
Play football. You play football.
Yep. Chiefs versus Steelers. Who you got?
Pittsburgh.
I got the Chiefs.
I know.
It's in Pittsburgh.
That's fine. Heinz Field's going to erupt when the Chiefs come there.
Dude, it'll be a fun game. That'll be
fun to watch.
We're picking 2 Chiefs games
I love
this week.
those guys.
And the Ravens and Texans in Houston. Who you got?
Houston by field goal. Justin Tucker's starting to suck.
I picked against the Ravens this week, and I think they beat the Texans. And I hate I hate the Ravens, but I'm taking the Ravens in this one. Seahawks, and then Thursday and Saturday. Dude, this is 2 weeks of football all in one. We don't even know who's going to be healthy for these games. Okay, Seahawks versus Bears in Chicago on Thursday.
Seattle.
That's the Thursday game.
Seattle.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle. Okay, Chargers versus Patriots on the 28th. Oh, that'll be the day. Oh, maybe we save the picks for that day. But I was going to take the Chargers over the Patriots.
We'll talk more about that again.
Yeah.
As the week progresses, things are going to happen with injuries and stuff. Hopefully not, but man,
dude, all kinds of great stuff.
It's been fun.
And now so we got bowl games and pro football kicking off. High school kids can take it easy. We know that they're not going to take it easy, but they got 2 weeks. So high school sports are going to kick back off after this weekend. It's going to slow down after this weekend and then kick back off on in January 5th through 9th. So we'll be back on the Buena train and all over the Tombstone stuff and over
also
ALA.
real quick, John, if any of you guys are in town that want to come on the show.
Oh, yeah. Out of town.
You know, all you guys are here from college.
Tell us.
Want to come and hang out and chill and talk about your season.
100%.
Let's do it. You know, let's get a hold of Coach Young. You know, you guys know how to get a hold of me.
Yep.
Reach out through Facebook or.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Jon on the Field. I hope that's a good.
Yeah, thing. And then you know, we'll get you on the show. I was trying to get something set up like that for today, but you know, we might have to do that on the fly. We'll see.
Yeah.
Just running into people.
Yeah. So if you're in town and you know you're playing,
if I go
sports
to lunch
at the
with someone
level,
in the next couple of days that might be a player, I might just go live and say, hey, here guys, this is so and so. You guys remember this face from Buena?
And we don't know how to cover some sports. So if you've got some insight on like cross country, but the bikers, the bicyclists, those cyclists guys, or if you've got information on I'm not great at soccer, but we've got a really good soccer guy right now, Derek Brame. Oh my gosh! If you want to watch some soccer,
keep him there. He's
dude,
good.
he is probably the best sports announcer out of all of us, and he's like this. He's only done 2 games. He's incredible.
He usually does our not usually, but he'll do our shot clock sometimes, or the clock on the field for Buena.
He's a super cool guy.
Always up there in the press box with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Derek. He coached for me. He coached for me at Lehman last year for soccer. So
honestly, I've never heard anybody
very knowledgeable about the
sport
of soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Very, very well.
So like to thank Ed Morse. Like to thank SSVEC. If you're in town, come onto the show. If you're local and you just want to try something, just reach out to us on Twitter. And yeah, that's what we're doing. And if you've got any wrestling, let us know. We'd love to cover that too. So, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you,
dude. Merry Christmas to you. We're
Merry
hoping
Christmas to everybody in Cool FM land, and you guys that enjoy your holiday coming up in the next few days. I hope you guys have incredible memories that you can make, and
enjoy family with you.
Enjoy family, and you know that's what it's all about in the end. It's not all about the huge gifts and stuff. But yeah, we love a gift here and there, but you know, being able to spot time for our family is always plus.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you've only got one life. You might as well live it with the people you love. So thank you to Cool FM. Thank you to Todd Ryan. And that's the show.
On the field. Next time when we're back on the field or out in the field.